or depictions deemed too graphic for young viewers. Were you allowed to watch any of these movies as a kid? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Pulp Fiction.
Hey kids, how you boys doing?
Detailing various criminal stories in LA, Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction is the antithesis of a G rating. Upon its release, it became an overnight sensation. But within the first minutes of the film, we get snippets of drugs and violence, immediately indicating that the viewing experience is not one meant for kids.
And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Inspired by pulp magazines and crime novels, the movie isn't just violent. Sexually explicit scenes and displays of brutally graphic murders, like an accidental bullet in the face, make it one that's hard for people of all ages to digest. Needless to say, the exhibited behaviors weren't exactly anything parents wanted their children to witness.
I'll see you guys around. Stay out of trouble, you crazy kids.
Number 9. Mortal Kombat.
Kang, you will be first. Let Mortal Kombat begin!
A fantasy martial arts action film that turned into a cult classic, Mortal Kombat was based on the titular video game franchise that was all the rage in the 90s. Considering the gory and violent nature of the video game kids couldn't get enough of, it's no surprise that parents were hesitant to greenlight their consumption of the movie. Even if it isn't nearly as intense as the game, the film still has its fair share of content that isn't kid-friendly.
I smell something. Bullshit.
Vehement use of the word bullshit and a dose of physical brutality earned it a PG-13 rating. Even more kid-unfriendly is the scene where Liu Kang's brother has his soul consumed. Pretty traumatizing if you ask us.
Fatality.
Number 8. Showgirls. As the title suggests, Showgirls is all things dirty dancing and sexual, mixed with some explicit language and violence. At the center of the story is Nomi, a woman trying to become a showgirl.
I wrote this number. It's about you.
You don't know anything about me.
I know you're a private dancer.
While shame around this line of work has diminished a lot today, parents in the 90s likely weren't of the same mind. Plus, during Nomi's pursuit, fighting, arrests, assault, and graphic nudity are regular occurrences.
So there I was dancing butt naked for 5 minutes. I mean, my poor partner.
The erotic drama was the first NC-17 film to have been widely released in mainstream theaters, prompting the placement of extra staff to ensure no minors were sneaking in to view it. All of this meant that Showgirls was a movie 90s kids had a hard time getting their hands on.
Will you get these kids out of here?
Number 7. Gremlins. This black comedy horror didn't initially seem too horrific, but those who watched it can attest to its degree of scariness.
You know, it's funny, the new ones aren't like Gizmo. The one with the stripes seems to be the leader.
You know what?
At first glance, the furry Mogwai character seems like a harmless pet gifted to a boy at Christmas time. But that couldn't be more wrong. The creature winds up spawning other havoc-wreaking monsters who are absolute terrors, despite their small stature. With a fictional and arguably satirical premise, one might advocate that this movie gets a pass. However, Spielberg did explore more adult themes with depictions of greed, gluttony, and death. No matter how cute or not scary the pint-sized monsters were, parents understandably erred on the side of caution.
Get out of my kitchen!
Number 6.